Russia and India. That's what this chapter is all about. The rich literature of Russia was profoundly immersed in volume of thought and powerfully contemplated. India being a powerhouse of original thoughts and literature, the Russian Tsars kept liking it wholeheartedly. But why this lacuna happened between these two nations? Because both nations were helping each other, they were so friendly, they were liking it, but still we cannot find a university in our country from Russia. We cannot find any universities that were from Indian origin in Russia, Russian university in India. We cannot find anything like this. Why it's so? We have our relations profoundly placed there. Even after that, we do not have. That is somehow we have to think about what is that factor? What caused this thing that India cannot achieve its sublime relation, economic, politic, and at the same time cultural relationship with Russia? The due respect, the due relationship yet to find. We have to think about it. The political pluralism in India could not carry forward the avenues of commendable growth between the two nations. Indian government never took any initiative to promote any of the Russian universities, as I said, in India. Neither from Indian universities in Russia. Indian people are going there to study. That is few of them, very few of them. Rather, we turn towards the USA for the foreign currency volatile. Russia has been kept for the few of the defense combat machines or weapons since independence. We have fine weaponry from Russia. We can access on, depend on. It's extremely useful, extremely trustworthy. And that we have been using Indian Army, Indian Air Force, all our Indian forces are quite satisfied with that. There is one particular field we have been associated with. That's not that particular. There is an abundant, there is a vast area we can communicate, we can cooperate with Russia and India. Let me tell you one of the dream combinations which I have, which I always thought about, in my life. Many of the political relations which I have seen, countries, even outside the programs, the international relations with other nations, not only India, I'm talking about other nations, they have made it. This all I have seen. So I also had one wild idea about that, one of the finest, strongest relations ever possible on earth. The name could be ICR, India, China, Russia. If this relation I'm talking about, this particular territory, this combined together, I think we do not need any other part of the world that we have to do any trade with. Half of the world population could be in one economy. We can even dictate our own terms in our country, in our place. It's approximately 300 crore plus population. Together, we do not need, because we can have perfect access. We can have holistic growth, all the three nations. Whereas the problem is, we could live without USA. We could live without American cultural devastation if we have this combination. A common currency in these three giant nations could be a befitting reply to the bloodhounds of dollar and pounds. Sadly, this remains as a wild dream on my mind till now. Guys, you should think about it. My friends, viewers, people who listen to me, you should at least think about, especially Indians, you should think about this particular version. But perhaps one nation that can create all the mess, all the troubles, that's called China, and perhaps it is not possible. We cannot think about a bilateral, beautiful relation between China and India. I'm sorry to say, because that is not possible. I'm not trying to be negative here. I am talking about the psychology of this nation of China, India, trying to. We have opened our economy. We have opened our old ways, all parts of our society. We tried our best to rekindle relation with China, but China never paid any heed to this, and we could not survive in that manner because we need proper attention from the country where we are trying now. So this is somehow we have to rekindle now with another nation, that is Russia. The bilateral peace in the Indo-China territory seems, I think it is impossible today. The red dragon is no more trustworthy, that is the main concept. And even in Corona time, we can see how this country is negotiating, manipulating the whole structural, even the medical equipment, the kits and the medicines, everything. I would say we cannot access on this country anymore. It has become a metaphor of bad omen, as the red dragon says, would impact the world. On the other hand, Russia kept supporting Indian region irrespective of India's infatuation with USA. Indian students, families, and numerous professionals are opting for USA, whereas the host nation has been unfaithful and biased towards outsiders till today. The Moscow capital never had their thrift on India. They never harmed our territory. Even the President, Vladimir Putin, has been an unconditional friend to the Indian continent. There is an untapped universe of opportunities in these two regions. The Arctic and this Indian territory. We could create magical relationship, magical political, economical, and at the same time structural, cultural relationship we can create, we can prosper. And we should think about it. Indian people have engaged in multi-billion business. Even today, even outside the corona time, which has last 2 weeks, we have seen once again an American company is trying to enter with a mammoth investment plan. Facebook and Geo. On one hand, your economy, I mean, our country's economy is on the right move. On the other hand, the actual benefit goes to a particular society that we should not depend too much. Our friend can be Russia because of 3 major reasons. We have a common emotional societal life fabric. We keep it. Russia and it's quite conservative families. And this conservative family is not like it's not open to development. It's not open to human aspirations or prosperity. This particular conservative feeling you talked about, or I'm about to say, that is something which is structurally close bound to the society. And that's what India is all about. That's what I said. Indians can have this particular. Second point, we have wonderful past experiences with Russia. Any relation that you start, if it doesn't benefit mutually, if there is any connivance from one side, if I get benefit from one particular place, one particular relationship, and you are the person who is in the relation doesn't get any benefit out of the relation. I'm not talking about, we have to think about benefit alone, the mutual understanding, the mutual benefit I'm talking, the mutual profit. Why I do not agree with the American companies, because these companies primarily think about its own benefit, as I already told in episodes. And this nation is open to many worst areas. I strongly suggest today in this episode, we have to think about international relation with Russia. In education, in especially I would say post-graduation, or I would say master's programs, international scientific programs, international cultural programs. We should have free exchange, and that I would say could bring magic to both nations. Fundamentally, this nation, Russia, is iconically moving towards the superstardom of it, a superpower, we call it, in the coming 1.5 decades. If at all there was a third world war, and I could see the development of third war is setting up the world, primarily between 2 nations, I could say that can happen. It is United States of America and China. These are the 2 regions that could collide, that could create disturbances, that could lead to further one more third world war. This third world war, it's not just a war, it will be a devastating, catastrophic calamity of human beings. It's not our intellect that we're promoting. So in this crisis, somehow we can access on is Russia. Russia has profound interest, and we also should promote the same experiences and importance to the Russian partnership, which I'm thinking of. This relation has one more advantage. We could create millions of job opportunities because Russia is a vast nation. They need many people to work not only in their country. The countrymen can work in India too. We have this exchange programs. We can have this kind of trade practices. I think I'm open to this. I think there should be one more glasnost and one more perestroika, one more open heartedness, one more reconstruction of relations between India and Russia. And I'm hoping towards such a wonderful time, such a wonderful dawn in the future, in the immediate future. If it happens, it will be a fine corridor for holistic development of India. India could be a major power in this world, as I told earlier, not to show our strength to the world, our strength to improve relationship among other nations. India have the capability, the untouched capability till now India have. And Russia is another nation with the same kind of mental setup, and we should focus more on that. And I hope my Indian people, my Indian citizens, my fellow citizens, all will welcome this relation between these two countries. We can have wonderful dawns. We can have wonderful future with this. We can negotiate. We can create wonderful cooperative developments, structural developments, not only in the culture, education, and entire paraphernalia of development we can have and we can see in the next 10 years. We should focus more on this. If you do not focus more on Russia, the disaster will be, our currency will be bleeding more and more, and the currency between two nations, if it doesn't exist with mutual respect, one country will bleed, one country will get the benefit. You have to take the chapters, you have to take this history. You'll find how Indian society, Indian currency these two things have been bled by USA. Do we need such histories more? I don't think so. So let's think about a better tomorrow with Russia, and Russia is truly India's next best step. With more chapters, more interesting talks next time. Till the next, my next chapter will be an entirely different, because these three chapters have been associated somehow. I completed today. I'm happy about that. And comment your views and subscribe my channel if you like it. And you can even ask me for more suggestions, and you can put new chapters which you like to talk about and which you like to hear. And if you have any problems, you can go ahead with that. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much. And till then, good night.